Hey, what's up, everybody? Thank you for watching another episode of Changing Optics. Scooter Roth, and today it is the first Wednesday of the month where we actually talk about Changing Optics, the nonprofit brand, and some of the philanthropy work that we've been doing. So, over the past month, I've had the opportunity to do quite a bit for a organization called Habitat for Humanity. You can see here in this video regarding some of their background, their story that I try to tell, and how I got involved with them. So they initially hired me for their annual 35-year gala that they had called the Hearts and Hammers Gala. You can see about here. So it just happened on February 22nd. 500 people were there. It was at the gorgeously new renovated the Meadowwood. It actually used to be called the Meadowwood Manor. I wanted to talk a little bit about Habitat for Humanity. Other than the gala, the reason why I've been doing a lot for them regarding Changing Optics is that when they originally hired me for the gala, which was about a year ago, I spoke to them about how I was running a nonprofit for photographers, where I talk about trying to encourage photographers like yourself that are watching to kind of get out into the community. And one of the reasons why is I think it's a great stepping ground to full-time paid work. So even though they were hiring me for the gala, and they've hired me for several events since, I also want to learn about them, tell their story, and volunteer for them as well. So the cool thing about volunteering is that the hours that you do for them can then be donated to any of the recipients. So what it is that they have to do, I think, somewhere around 300 sweat hours. So they had to put in work into building their own home. And as a photographer, some of the photos that you take can then be donated to those families. So anyway, as far as the opportunities for photographers, the cool thing is that the photos that I've been taking for them, you can see them in their brochures. So whenever they do like a finally giving away the keys to a new homeowner, they do different flyers like this to kind of raise awareness. So you can see at the bottom here, there's this photo here. Let me try to show you. Yeah, that's it. So you can see that photo there, a quick family shot. They do all different types of flyers where they print up their photos. You know, they're always in need of headshots, maybe on occasion, more of those types of photos in front of the buildings for whenever they give away the keys. It's always like a big to-do, and there's always local newspapers and things like that. They do these flyers to raise awareness, so this is really cool. This is, again, another ribbon cutting ceremony. But so here's a photo that I took for them. So this one I've always really liked. And then there's also a big group shot. So they have tons of uses for these photos, and without having necessarily the budget for a professional photographer all the time, some of these smaller little fundraisers that they're doing, it's great to provide a volunteer photographer for them so that they can better promote what they're about and get better fundraising and better the community. So that's part of what Changing Optics is all about, is about bettering the community. So Habitat for Humanity is just one of those ways that I've been doing a lot recently for. Another one that I wanted to talk about dives into the world of Urbex photography. So I recently got involved with Tom's Diner, which is over in Roxbury, New Jersey. It's actually Ledgewood. It's like right on the border of Ledgewood and Roxbury, but it's technically the address is Ledgewood. Anyway, but I got involved in it through Urbex photography. I'm going to dive into more of that Urbex world in a separate video. But anyway, you can now go to the new website, Tom's Diner 2020, which I've been helping Tom with. He's been very much involved in the process. And I'm kind of working with him to kind of promote it as a photo location and a film shoot location for different photographers. For instance, we're hopefully going to be working with the New York Pin Club, the New York Pinup Club. And we're also working with somebody who can bring some antique classic cars. So we're going to take photos of these pinup models with these antique cars at Tom's Diner to kind of raise awareness. So it's going to be a really cool photo shoot. We're looking to do that probably in April. So as the plans start formalizing, we're going to start putting some information out there to kind of let you know how, as a photographer, you can kind of join up. So with the pinup meetups, what it is that the New York Pinup Club provides somewhere around 4 or 5 different models to take photos for the day, and then they put out a photography meetup. So I'm going to link in the description below. You can sign up for the New York Pinup Club and their photography meetups. And then one of those meetups are going to be at Times Diner, and it's going to raise awareness, which is really cool. And then hopefully the photos that we take from that night or that day, that photo shoot, is going to then be used for posters and promotion to promote an eventual classic car show and food truck festival that hopefully will be later on in the summer to just do additional more fundraising for Tom's Diner. So it's a great thing to be involved. If you're not familiar with Urbex, it's the concept of taking photos of abandoned buildings, called urban exploration. And the idea behind Urbex Restore and Changing Optics is to motivate photographers to, if you're going to have an interest in this type of world and you do take photos of abandoned buildings, that just keep in mind that some of these abandoned places do have owners that are involved in the property, and they're trying to get the places restored and up and running. So we as photographers can kind of work with them to kind of help that restoration efforts. That's a really good thing. So that's what I'm trying to do for Tom's Diner. There's a photographer out there named Amanda Fulman, who's been doing great stuff for the Gingerbread Castle. So now the Gingerbread Castle has an Instagram feed at Gingerbread Castle. I believe it's got a website coming soon or under the works, along with a Facebook page. So it's really cool to kind of see all that photography now in one location. And that's what I'm trying to do for Tom's Diner as well, because it's got a great story. And I know a lot of photographers have been going there sporadically. So I'm helping Tom kind of utilize all those different photographers and the interest that had been out there and kind of channeling that into one platform. So that's what the Instagram at Tom's Diner 2020 is. That's what the website will hopefully be about. And then all that awareness will be condensed and put to good use so that the restoration efforts can then really start taking shape. So those are the two main topics that I've been dealing with the past month for Changing Optics. And as we get some more information regarding the Pinup Club film shoot or some other Habitat Humanity events that other photographers can take part in, I'm going to be putting that stuff on the website. So anyway, thank you for watching. Every week on rotation, I'm going to be changing the topic. So the first of the month is always going to be on actually changing optics, because that's what motivated this whole YouTube series, if you will, and that's what motivated the website changingoptics.org. So the second week of the month is going to be the Messy Desk, where I just talk about the business side of all of the brands that I do. The third week is going to be, the messy gear, the messy studio, where I talk about the gear that I use on events. And then, of course, the fourth week of the month is going to be kind of like a free for all. Who knows? It might be, out on location at different places to take photos of. So I will see you next week, and make sure to subscribe and keep an eye on what we're doing. Thank you for watching. Take care.